Sometimes the most powerful writing says nothing directly. A character never says, I'm heartbroken, and yet you feel the heartbreak anyway. How? Because great writers often use something called the objective correlative, a term made famous by poet and critic T.S. Eliot. And once you understand it, you start seeing it everywhere in films, novels, poetry, and music. So, what is it? The objective correlative is simple in theory. Instead of telling the audience an emotion directly, you create a set of objects, images, sounds, or situations that makes the audience feel that emotion naturally. You don't say he felt lonely. You show cold coffee left untouched, one toothbrush in the bathroom, a TV playing to nobody, shoes still waiting by the door. Suddenly, the objects do the crying for you. That's objective correlative. Human beings rarely experience emotions abstractly. We attach feelings to physical things, a hospital chair, an old voicemail, an empty swing moving in the wind. Objects absorb emotional meaning, and writers weaponize this constantly. Think about cinema. A breakup scene becomes more painful when one side of the bed is untouched, framed photos are turned downward, rainwater drips through a leaking ceiling, a microwave keeps beeping unanswered. The environment becomes emotional. The room itself starts grieving. That's why subtle writing often hits harder than dramatic speeches. Because audiences don't just understand emotion, they participate in constructing it. When the writer trusts the audience enough to interpret symbols and details, the emotion feels earned instead of forced. And this technique appears everywhere in horror movies, flickering lights, children's toys, empty hallways, distant static. The objects create dread before anything frightening even appears. In war films, muddy boots, unfinished letters, helmets left behind, objects become emotional residue. In poetry, autumn leaves, cracked mirrors, dying candles, empty train stations all become emotional shorthand. Even everyday life works this way. Sometimes an object hurts more than a memory. A jacket still hanging in the closet, a contact name that never texts anymore, a chair someone always sat in. The object remains, while the person attached to it is gone. And strangely, that silence becomes emotional luggage. This is why objective correlative matters, because emotions become stronger when indirectly revealed. Anyone can write, he was sad, but not everyone can write a room where the silence itself feels abandoned. And maybe that's because humans are symbolic creatures. We pour meaning into ordinary things constantly. A song becomes a relationship, a street becomes a childhood, a smell becomes grief. Objects become emotional containers. So the next time a film scene quietly destroys you emotionally, pay attention to what's actually happening. It may not be the dialogue, it may be the empty cup, the dying light bulb, the untouched dinner, the clock ticking too loudly. Because sometimes the most powerful emotions are never spoken aloud, they're hidden inside the objects left behind.